So, I'm just minding my business watching NBA on a nightly basis as an NBA fan usually does. I'm here trying to enjoy the game, but it's a little difficult when you have blowouts on a nightly basis, right? I think anybody that watches NBA on a nightly basis and is a devoted, loyal fan of the NBA can attest to this. The blowouts ruin everything, right? Currently, I'm watching the game, Clippers versus Suns, okay? Uh, I'm trying to keep my composure in this video. I will say, let me just finish with what I was saying. This is the only game on tonight, right? Okay? Only game on tonight. Kawhi and James Harden are not playing this game. The only player that the Clippers have is Bradley Beal. Boy, are we going to get into him. Of course, the Suns right now are beating the Clippers' ass. It was like a 30-point game at one point. They brought it back down, and now it's only a 12-point game now. And the starters are still not in the game because they're on timeout, as I like to say. But let's just get into it, shall we? This video is going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm literally recording this off the cusp right now, I'm very emotional right now. I will say up front, I put in a bet tonight, and a young nigga lost. Yeah, I lost. But I lost in the most disheartening way. Everything hit but that fuck nigga Bradley Beal. No Kawhi, no James Harden, like I said. They brought him on as the third star of the team. But no, sir, he's no star. He's no star. No. He's no star. Let's get into this, right? Like I said, it's going to be a little bit all over the place. You have to bear with me. This is my pure emotional state right now. I do apologize, okay? First of all, the 76er beanie, only NBA beanie that I have. I'm not a 76ers fan. I got it from one of the best eaters I've ever had in my life. Unfortunately, she is no longer in my life, but I will pay homage and, by wearing this beanie every single video, as I do not have another NBA beanie, all right? Just wanted to make that a disclaimer before we get started. Now, I'm going to address this in another video coming up, maybe in the next couple of days or so. But the NBA needs to find or have some stipulation within the contracts of each and every player, the team, the coach, everybody. I don't give a fuck. The niggas sweeping the damn back of the stadium, all of that. There need to be repercussions from top to bottom. The people who lay out their draws, their jerseys, everybody. Yes, everybody. Mainly the players and the coaches, though. Let's just keep it at that. They need to be fined for getting blown out. These owners need to start putting stipulations into the contract that say, yo, if you get blown out, any game, it doesn't matter. We are taking 3% of your purse. If it were up to me, I'd say 10, but let's be a little bit reasonable. 3% of like these $1 million contracts is quite a lot. It's quite a lot. It's probably more than the average fine. But they need to have that stipulation because you know what that will do? That will motivate players to be a lot more competitive and to give a shite about these games. Because a lot of players, they don't give a shit. Bradley Beal is a prime example of a player not giving a shit tonight. He shot 2 of 13 from the field. I understand this is his first game. No, I think he played like 1 or 2 games at the beginning of the season because he's averaging 8 points a game this season. But tonight was his first game back from what I've seen. He played so shit. He played so buns, right? It's not even funny. He is the highest name value player playing right now on the Clippers. Right? Like I said, James Harden and Kawhi are not playing, so they don't count in the situation. It's Bradley Beal versus Devin Booker. That's what they were advertising this game as. And guess what Bradley Beal did? He stunk that shit up and arguably was the reason why they lost. This nigga just needs to call it quits, in my opinion. I don't see how he can help any team. The Clippers aren't going anywhere, might I add. It's not just Bradley Beal. All the Clippers in general are just awful, okay? They have a roster full of old heads, literally old heads. All of them are old as hell. They're not going to compete with any of these young teams. OKC, dust them. Warriors will dust them. Rockets, I'm sure, will dust them. It's not even fair. They're not winning the championship. I don't know why they just have the best name value team. They have Kawhi, James Harden. They have Bradley Beal. Fuck Bradley Beal. I hope you get hit by a truck. When nigga wants to play impaired, go walk in the street like you play. Impaired, nigga. Hit by a truck. Yeah, nigga. I don't feel sorry at all for saying that either. Like I said, I am a little bit emotional because I did put him in a bet, you know what I'm saying? And he just shit the bed. He needed to get 14 points. He scored 5. A prolific scorer like Bradley Beal scored 5 points. Can you believe it? Now, I want to insert a clip right here.
It's only 400. That means if you got dreams to get into the league, you gotta play me. You gotta guard me. And guess what? Can't none of y'all guard me. Ain't none of y'all taking my job.
It's going to be playing. Well, it just played. I inserted that. Maybe I inserted like a little bit of it because I don't know. I don't want to get copyrighted. So I inserted like 3 seconds of it. But if you know ball, you know ball. And a few years ago, during Bradley Beal's camp, this video went viral because he was telling all of his players, all of his players like, oh yeah, you want to make it to the league, you're gonna have to come through people like me, because when I see you, I'm gonna bust your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bust your ass. You come to the league, I'm gonna bust your ass. You ain't busting nobody's ass. First of all, nobody. All them niggas could probably dust you up clean. Because the way Bradley Beal was playing today, ass. He missed every single thing, okay? Every single thing. And he's making the game way harder than it needs to be, okay? This video isn't solely about Bradley Beal. I want to just talk a little bit about, the Clippers defense in general and how they were just messing up. And this translates to many of the NBA teams today. Pretty much all of them besides one who we'll get into. I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, this is a very emotionally driven video right now because of what happened. Do not gamble, people. It is bad. You get upset like me at times, right? Usually I'm good, but, I can handle my losses, right? And it's just seeing how bad Bradley Beal was playing. It really motivated me. Like, it really motivated me to come on here and make this video. That's how shit the nigga played tonight. I urge each and every one of you, if you have a league pass or if you can find a way to rewatch this game, please do yourself that favor and watch this game so we can all make fun of Bradley Beal together. I'm just saying, the hate needs to be extended for the whole season for how this nigga played tonight. He's ass, bro. He didn't do anything, right? 2 of 13 shooting, 5 from the field. You basically have the green light tonight to go ham. The 2 other stars are not there. This was your night to shine, to show people what you're made of. On the Suns, he was trash too. He was garbage too. We all know this, right? And I just feel like, why are people still bringing Bradley Beal onto a team, much less on a starting position? He will do nothing for a team. He will never win a championship. He will not sniff the Hall of Fame. He's just there to collect a check, which I don't think he should be getting at all. Why are these owners giving him this type of bag when he's delivering these type of results? Why do owners give these caliber of players this big ass sum of money just to get robbed, expecting it will be different on their team? I don't understand that. I don't understand why they reward shit play. I don't understand why they reward some players for, just awful behavior. Like, the NBA is just so soft, bro, and how they handle contact and everything. I get it. You got to sell the call, yada yada yada. I get it. But bro, these niggas complain about everything. Everything they complain about. It's actually sickening to see. Every little thing. Oh, they both go for an aggressive rebound. They're both wrestling for the ball. They're both going up. You look over. Replay. I got fouled. Are you serious? Nigga, play the game. You're a grown ass man. Like me, I'm a big UFC fan, so, coming from that, where it's like the toughest of the tough, to, these basketball players, these NBA players, and they're just softer than butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very frustrating to see this. And just them complain and them signaling, like, oh, replay this, every living thing. Like, I just hate it. I hate it. But anyway, back to Bradley Beal. Like I said, this video is kind of everywhere. You'll have to excuse me. I will make all my videos in the future, unless like it's an emotional rant like this. It'll be raw, but all of them are gonna be raw. But it's gonna be more structured. I'm gonna have talking points. Right now, I'm kind of just like saying what comes to mind. Like I said, the emotions are running high. Yeah. So just bear with me. But if you had a bet on this game, and my brother, you would know what I'm talking about. If you were in the Angelo Discord for this shit, and you took that play too, you'd feel a nigga's pain. You know what I'm saying? You would think it's a free. Anyway, enough of it. Enough of the degeneracy. Bradley Beal tonight, taking half of the shots should have went in. They were free open mid-ranges, but he just doesn't have the finesse to make it. Like, it was as simple as that. The nigga's just not gifted at basketball anymore. Clearly, he had this, bro. All of these shots were point blank, just missing. Don't come with that excuse. Oh, it's just an off night, because many of his nights are like this. Okay. So Bradley Beal, you're sorry as fuck. I'm sorry. I know what I'm saying probably don't affect him in the slightest. He's millionaire, which is a crime. You know what I'm saying? That's a terrorist act by whoever pays him. That's a crime. Bradley Beal, get out of the league. You don't deserve to be here anymore. You're washed the fuck up. Sure, he'll have a one-off game of 20 plus points, but he ain't gonna be the contributing factor to why they win a championship. I guarantee. Move that nigga to the bench. He's not good. Get him gone. And you know what I just realized? He's probably gonna go home to his wife. They went to Phoenix. That's not so far from LA. He's probably gonna go home to his wife. How do you fuck your wife after a performance like that? How is she going to get wet for you after you just play like that? How do you do that? How do you go out onto the court knowing you're getting paid millions and play like that? Where's your integrity? Where's your gratitude for these niggas throwing money at you? He literally, all he did, he was getting past. He was doing this little hesitation. Looked like he was having a seizure or some shit. He does that little hesitation. He does, not going anywhere with his dribbles, nowhere, might I add. Literally like this, seizing up. Get in, then, you know, he'll use a screen or something, go into the mid-range. It'll be a nice little shot. He's making it a little bit more difficult for himself, going deeper into the paint, pulling up in somebody's fucking face when you could have pulled up for an easy mid-range. Or he's going for this difficult shot from off the backboard. My nigga, what are you doing? How do you go home and how did you... I refuse to believe that your wife wants to please you tonight after that. Nigga, you deserve a drought for a month after playing like that. How... Bro, these owners are throwing millions for you to pay that, for you to play like that. I should be getting paid millions to watch that shit. Give me millions. I want millions now. Give me at least $1 million. Please. Just one. I had to sit through 2 hours of that bullshit. They're paying him millions, guys. They're throwing millions at him to shake around like a stripper. They're literally making it rain on this nigga to go out there, do his weak-ass hesitation, look like he's seizing up on the court. Paramedics on standby. Insane work. Insane work. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I could go on a whole spill about Bradley Beal. I'm sure there's some things that I wanted to say in this video that I'm forgetting right now because like the emotions are running high. But let's just, you know, I'm going to speed up this video because I don't want it to be too long. The Clippers fired Tyronn Lue too. He will never win anything else in his career if he did not have LeBron, that I'm sure was on some type of drugs to be playing the way he did when they came back from 3-1 against the Warriors. He would never have won anything. I'm joking. LeBron wasn't on drugs. He's just the greatest. But I'm just, you know, it's just an analogy. You know, well, not really an analogy, but you know, it's just my way of saying that nigga was on some shit. Like he was going crazy. If it wasn't for him and Kyrie, Tyronn Lue would not have won shit. He's not a good coach. Get that shit out of here. I don't give a fuck. His name value is what carries him. You will forever be known as a nigga that got crossed up and stepped over by Allen Iverson. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Tyronn Lue, horrible coach, doesn't know what a proper NBA defensive scheme should be. These are all NBA players. Treat them like it. Work them like it. Stop running this bullshit drop coverage and double teaming everybody. Okay? You are giving. It is 2025. Do people not understand when you double team? Like, this is gonna sound retarded that I even have to explain this, but do people not understand that when you double team, you're leaving somebody open, whether it's in the paint or on the opposite wing or corner where somebody is open and swing, and boom, free bucket. It's 2025. Centers can shoot. Everybody can shoot. We're not in the early 2000s where, you know, you can leave somebody open, you can double team and risk leaving somebody open because they're going to miss it. That is a rare case in today's NBA. You leave somebody open from the three, guess what? They're knocking that bitch down. And that's exactly what happened in the Clippers game today. They kept double teaming people that didn't even need to be double teamed. I saw Brook Lopez get double teamed. Why the fuck are you double teaming Brook Lopez? The nigga walks like he has an aneurysm every step. He walks like he I don't think he's bow-legged, but he walks like he got stilts in his legs. He walks like he nigga walks like he's impaired too. Him and Bradley Beal be on the same timing. But Brook Lopez, other than Alfred Sengun, no, Brook Lopez is the most unathletic NBA player I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely the most unathletic center in the league for sure. The nigga can't jump. He looked like he got shin splints 24/7. He looked like he got jumper's knee. He looked like he got every leg impairment in the book he's suffering from. Why are you double teaming Brook Lopez? Why? And I know he's talking to Clippers and this is Suns playing defense, but I'm just saying, like, in general, that was mind-blowing to me. But anyway, back to the Clippers defense, switching it, right? They double-teamed, I forgot who it was at the top. I'm going to have to rewatch the game and see. But they were double-teaming somebody that can shoot, but he's not a prolific scorer. He's not one of those people that are like, like an SGA. Like an SGA. Or, you know, like a Curry or, you know, a Luka. He's not one of those people that need double-teaming at all. Okay? He's not important. Like, I don't even remember the nigga's name right now. That's how important he is. They were double teaming this dude, right? And guess what? Somebody's open on the other side to another nobody that hit that shot, that knocked it down. That was the story of the game. Double team, they just swung, three-pointer. Swung, three-pointer. It gets to a point where, like, okay, wouldn't you rather just get beat one-on-one? You know, give up a two, guard the three, give up twos. Give up twos. The Suns were running drop coverage too. They were running double teams too. You cut off the three. They're not cutting off the three. You leave them the twos. You settle for the twos and the threes that you're getting. You win that game. You don't get blown out by 30. You don't get blown out by however many days. I think it was like a 15-point game at the end. 13-point game, but they were getting blown out by 30. It gets to a point like you keep doing this. You see the same result. They keep spraying you and making you pay for double teaming, making you pay for dropping off the screen, and you don't make any changes. That's 90% of the NBA nowadays. These coaches, they're dumb. It's so infuriating. If you guys look at a channel called Awful Coaching, I suggest you go and look at him. Fantastic NBA breakdown on the defense. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. And it's simple shit, but it's like, clearly it's not so simple because almost all the NBA teams are doing it. Running drop coverage. Why are you giving people an open three, an open lane to work or blow by you or have a dump pass in? It's the most vulnerable defense. Most vulnerable defense an NBA team can run. Just watch. I urge you, please, don't take my word for it. Go and watch an NBA game for yourself. Go and watch the game I was just talking about. Go and watch it and just pay attention to the defense. Pay attention to how many times they're double teaming when they're double teaming people that don't need to be double teamed, and how often these NBA teams are making people pay for double teaming. And watch how many times they're repeat offenders. I swear to God, it's almost like these players are inbred as fuck. It's almost like these coaches are inbred. They coach as if they were birthed by a brother and sister fucking every day. It doesn't make sense. It's not like these are the highest level of basketball IQs that we're watching on the TV. Nah, I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. So many other people are better. And first of all, NBA, for the most part, is nepotism. Okay? We got Nick Kerr coaching the G League. What the fuck he know about basketball? Just because his dad knows? His dad played? His dad's a legend? You serious? What does he know? Anyway, I'm sorry. But just pay attention. Tomorrow, when you're watching the NBA Cup, or this video will come out the day of the NBA Cup. This will come out on a Friday. But tonight, when if anybody's watching this video on Friday, right? It is November the 6th right now is when I'm recording this. This video will come out November 7th. The NBA Cup is today. Please, 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 whoever's watching this in the future or whoever's watching this before the games, please pay attention to the games tonight. No matter the game you're watching, you will see drop coverage and you will see it being on display pretty much every screen. And you will see how bad and how open these offensive players are. They're not bad, but you know how open they are and how bad that, the defense is. I'm burping because of how disgusted I am at this game and Bradley Beal's performance. Please, just pay attention to that tomorrow and you will see what I mean. Why don't NBA teams, the players too, you're on the court. You notice, you see your team stepping off of the screen, walking back on the screen, and the ball handler coming off the screen as a wide open three or is able to create, which puts, oh my God, I'm stumbling. The defensive player that is the center usually, who has to come off of the center who he's guarding, they drop down instead of, putting their arm over the screen to stop it or being a little bit aggressive over the screen. They're dropping, and now guess what? Momentum is not on their side. That ball handler is coming around with some speed. They can either pop that three or they can come down the lane, and guess what? That defender is going to be off balance because they're going to be backpedaling. Who's going to be more in a better position to get a stop or score? The person that's coming down with a full head of steam or the person that's just now backing off of a screen? I probably butchered that explanation, but you know what I mean. If you hoop, you hoop. You know what I'm saying? And if you're on this video, you probably hoop, and you know what I'm talking about. You're going to have that momentum. Then somebody's going to be forced to help, and a little dump-off pass if you don't choose to pop the mid-range or the three, or take that nigga in all the way. It's very frustrating to see this. Start playing better, more aggressive defense. That's why OKC, mark my words from today, they will run it back for another championship because they don't really run that drop coverage bullshit. They pressure everything. And that's exactly why they just lost their first game tonight. That's exactly why they've been beating everybody's ass, right? And guess what? They only lost yesterday by 2-3 points. Okay? They are beating these NBA teams' ass with not even a full team. Jalen Williams is out with a fractured wrist. Chet Holmgren hasn't played all of the games. They have been winning with a 70% healthy team against teams that have all of their players. Isn't that crazy? And you want to know why? It's because they're not running drop coverage. That is the death of the NBA today. That is why so many teams are just jacking up threes, because they're double teaming senselessly. They're dropping off the screens. They're not guarding up, getting over, hedging the screen. They're not doing any of that. They're dropping off, and that creates free threes, unlimited threes. That's why you see, yes, Curry changed the game, but the real reason why the game is changing is because of this drop coverage bullshit. It's an excuse to save your energy on defense so you have more energy on offense. When they say defense wins games, it's a true statement. You see, if the Wizards, now they still won't win a championship even if they implement this because the Wizards are just shit. I'm sorry. But if they implemented not playing drop coverage and actually hedging on screens, fighting on screens, fighting over the screens, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever's the person guarding the screen, which is usually the center, if that center just comes up and just plays a little bit aggressive on him, shields him off from, coming around and making it a little bit harder for that player to maneuver around the screen, anything but giving him an open three or a free lane in, I guarantee you they will make the playoffs this year. They will not win because they are not good enough on offense, but they will make the playoffs or at least a play-in tournament. I promise you. The moment more teams start getting put on notice about this and start, implementing this defensive strategy into their game, you will see better results. You will see more competitive games. You will see less blowouts. And also, like I said, I'm going to save this for another video. When NBA owners start implement, or whoever deals with contracts in the NBA, when they finally decide to penalize these players for getting blown out, it's a team game. So the team gets blown out, everybody gets penalized. That's how I see it. That's how you make a more interesting, better product. But of course, they won't do it whatever the fuck. They won't do it, but they need to, because this will save the NBA. This will make it more interesting. This will make it more chippy. You know, this will cinema. It will be if you start penalizing players for getting blown out. You know, playing shit, going on a losing streak. This will motivate them, because one thing niggas don't want to be fucked with is they bag. Right now, NBA players, they get paid and they can fuck off if they want to. The person on the worst NBA team right now, like the stars I'm talking about, they're getting paid to lose. They're getting paid to lose. The Pelicans are what, 1-6, 1-7, something like that. They got 6 or 7 losses. Bro, Zion Williamson, he's getting paid to fucking lose. He's not even playing spectacular. He's not. He's injured half the time, matter of fact. He just got injured again. He's out for another week. These niggas are getting paid to do the bare minimum. Yes, basketball is a taxing sport, but you're playing this for 2 hours a day with the games. And then what? You have like 1-2 hour practices, 3 hour practices. You stay in, shoot around, do some shit. Bro, the average 9 to 5 motherfucker is not getting paid, obviously, nearly, not even a 1%, not even 0.4%, not even 0.04% of what an NBA player makes. And they work 10 times as hard as these niggas. They're playing basketball. Sure, it is a physically taxing sport. Sure, they bring in the draws. But we need to start penalizing these niggas. They're playing for free. Well, not for free, but they're running away with this money. Like, they're hitting licks on these niggas, bro. The coaches, the players. You need to uphold a standard that sets stricter boundaries for these kind of things. This makes awful basketball. That's why there's so few teams that have high stock value, and the other ones are just in the gutters. They never sell out. You need to start doing something about this. You need to start putting stricter stipulations within these contracts, stating, yo, if you get blown out, or if y'all on a losing streak, or if you miss a certain amount of games, I get it, injuries happen, but that's the risk. Yo, this percentage is coming out of your purse, and that will ensure players are playing. That will ensure players are, you know, in more competitive games, actually fighting. Well, not like physically, even though that would be kind of cool. You know, that would make like more rivalries and stuff, but like, you know, fighting to stay in the game, fighting to, you know, win games. It would make a much better product. Much better product. I'm sure, like, I don't want to just pre-assume that everybody agrees with me, but how can you see it any other way? Like, just think about that timeline. Players get penalized for getting blown out. Do you think there will be as many blowouts as we see today? Damn near every day in the NBA, the best players in the world, might I add, are getting blown out. The best players in the world, the best teams in the world, the best coaches in the world are getting blown out. We should not see blowouts with the best players in the world. If it's a one-off occasion, okay, cool. But every night is unacceptable. Every night is unacceptable. And I want to close the video out on this, right? Obviously, I'm not in the NBA. Any NBA player can literally dust my shit 11-0. I'm not gonna like deny that. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I can beat these niggas in the NBA game, right? Bronny, I could probably, you know, do a little something with. You know what I'm saying? He beat me, but I'd definitely score like 5-6 points on his ass. I'm sure of it. Anyway, back to this point, right? And I know I'm comparing. What's a good analogy to this for what I'm about to say? I'm comparing the PS5 to the PS1 right now. But just hear me out. When I played AAU, we played some pretty damn good teams, right? One of the teams we played had what's his name? It was one of Julian Newman's teammates. He was actually pretty fucking good. Like, he has highlight reels on things. I think he plays overseas now. What's his name? Emmanuel Maldonado. We played him and his team. Like, they always had a stacked ass team in these tournaments that we played, right? It was a lot of the same teams over and over, but they were like good teams. Now, every other team, they were shit at defense. They would be playing this drop coverage bullshit. I can't believe like AAU teams are being plagued by that type of defense. Well, AAU, they don't play any defense for real. Let's keep it a bean. AAU is dead. It's not the way to get recruited. It's shit. I'm just being honest. It's just for show now. But that's a video for another day. Where was I going with this? Okay, so in these tournaments that we had, we probably played them like 8 times throughout my AAU stint for high school. And we were always their toughest challenge. I promise you. I'm not even kidding. Like, I could just be talking, and I'm sure many people are going to be like, oh, this nigga's just talking shit, yap. I'm not revealing my identity, but if you can, piece together the bottom part of my face, then we have a highlight reel against them. Like, we were always very heated. Like, we would always kind of get in fights and scraps with them because we would never take shit from them. But the thing is, we played real defense. That's why. These pretty ass boys, these pretty niggas, no gay shit. I'm just saying, like, the pretty boys of the league, they always wanted to make shit look good and all that. They're all ugly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They all caught their hands too. You know what I'm saying? All of them are pussy. But that's not the point. Let's get back to what I was saying. I'm off on a tangent. I need to end this video. Fuck. I need to end this video because it's getting too long. I don't want to make it long. We're already at 30 minutes. Shit. Okay. So all this team, right? They would be dusting them. They'll be scoring. They'll be dropping damn near 100 on these other teams in the tournament. Now, when they played us, they struggled to score 50 points. And you want to know why? That's because we pressured everything. Everything we pressured. We were up in their grill. We're playing aggressive. We're playing good, sound defense. If they were coming to set a screen, guess what? So let's say, for example, I'm guarding Emmanuel because I was usually a really good defender on my team. So I'd be guarding him. So I'm up in his grill. Usually this nigga will be pulling from like damn near half court. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pressing. I'm up on his grill. And if he makes it, it's going to be a tough shot. And it's just like, good defense, better offense. It would have been that type of situation. But his shooting percentage was always pretty bad. Obviously, if you guys find a highlight reel and you piece together it's me, I don't know how you would, but I look pretty different from what I did in high school. But if you were to piece together that, obviously, like the highlights show, make it seem like they were damn near perfect from the field. They don't show like the whole game, right? There's no full game video on it. They brought somebody in to have highlights for them, right? And one of the videos, actually, we were putting up a fight against them. Every single time it was a close game. Every single time it was a close game. They would never score over 70 points on us, is the point. Forget my offense, whatever. We would always be trading buckets and this and that. We were pretty evenly matched. Point I'm trying to make, they would never drop 80 points on us. They would never drop 70, much less 65 plus on us because we took pride in defense. If I'm guarding Emmanuel Maldonado, their center comes up and sets him a pick so he can go around. Guess what? Whoever my center was came right up to get up right in his grill. And me, even though the center's way bigger than me, I'm fighting. I'm up. I'm fighting, making it difficult for him to get the ball. I'm low so he can't push me down. I'm, making it very difficult for them to play off the ball where they have to have beautiful ball movement to beat us, right? It's not going to be like we're just going to give them open threes. No fucking shit. Niggas that are skilled at basketball will hit open threes. And this is what I'm saying now that translates to the NBA. Like, I know I'm comparing PS5 to PS1. I'm talking about AAU and I'm talking about NBA, but that's my point. It's still comparable to a degree. This team is dropping 100 damn near on every other team because they're not guarding up. They're not playing aggressive defense. They're just worried about offense. They're not playing hard defense on these niggas. They're leaving them open to shoot. They're double teaming, all this. If you just play hard, learn how to play defense, you will not be getting blown out. NBA teams, we should hardly be seeing NBA teams going past 100 points. If defense was played correctly, the average points per game would probably be like 80, 90, 70, around there. I'm dead serious. I'm not even just talking out my ass. Good defense is good defense. All of these niggas are like 6'8", you know what I'm saying? 6'5" and up, long wingspans. You all are genetically gifted to be just as good on defense as you are on offense. So play like it. You need a good defensive scheme, and it's not even rocket science. It's not even something like, it's not even, bro, you got to be absolutely retarded. Hopefully I don't get demonetized or anything. I mean, this is my first video on the channel. I'm not even getting paid from this shit, so it don't matter. But it doesn't take a genius to know that, is what I'm saying. Like, it's common sense. You play up, make it very uncomfortable for the offensive player, they're not going to score as much. It's literally that simple. But people don't do that. They don't prioritize defense. They drop off, they sag off, and give people open threes. It just doesn't make sense to me. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment section down below. Like I said, this is a pretty emotional video, so I know it was all over the place. My videos in the future will be way more structured. Expect rants like this, though. I will be coming on rants like this. If the nights that if I do place a bet and somebody messes me over, guess what? I'm gonna come on and probably talk shit about the nigga. But Bradley Beal, he's just consistently ass, and this kind of like pushed it over the edge for me. So I needed to come on here and say that. But like all in all, like, forget the bet. It's bigger than that. Like, I just don't understand. I'm an NBA fan before anything else, right? Like, forget the bets and everything else. I grew up loving NBA. I still love NBA. I want to see a better product. I want to see more competitive games. I don't want to tune into a marquee matchup and it's a blowout. I don't want to tune into just regular games, league pass games, like the Hornets versus whoever else. I don't care. Like, I'm tuning in to see good basketball. I'm tuning in because I want to see the best players in the world be the best players in the world. Play like they're the best players, whether it's offense and defense, okay? It will make for much more entertaining and much more, enjoyable basketball, I promise you. And if you put stipulations in their contract, that will too. Okay? I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about this topic. Do you think I'm just yapping? Do you think I'm just bullshitting? Or do you agree? But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It would help the channel a lot. I'm going to be trying to post more consistently. But yeah, man, thanks.